Hi, well, welcome to Winter Wonderland. My daughter's going to show you what the yard looks like. I think it was a little bit prettier yesterday, but we still have a Winter Wonderland. It's actually a Winter Wonderland outside. It is so beautiful. It looks almost like a fairy tale land. So today we are making Winter Wonderland chocolate cake. I might as well do some baking today. I did go out a little bit yesterday. The snow is very light and fluffy, you know. So we're adding in 2 cups of sugar. We're making chocolate cake with vanilla custard filling and chocolate frosting. It sounds really yummy, and I'm going to make that today. There we go. 2 cups of sugar is a lot of sugar in this, folks. Put this over here. Now I'm going to add in my flour. 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to sip that. I got a lot of pictures of my yard because, like I said, it does look like a winter wonderland. We're going to sift the flour. We want it nice and smooth and fluffy. I like to use the old-fashioned sifter that my grandmother used to use. Okay, 3 and 1 3/4 cup of flour. I'll be exact, or it will not come out. Very rarely you get a winter wonderland when you get snow, but this time we definitely have one. Alright, we're going to put this over here, because I want to use this a little bit later on when I grease my pans. Now the cocoa. I'm adding in 3/4 cup of cocoa. I'm going to sip the cocoa. The reason is it's very bumpy, the cocoa, sometimes. Let me just get this paper off. We don't want to have any paper get into the food. That'd be terrible. Folks, what am I doing? I'm putting it into the wrong cup. It's not a big deal. You know, it's not much of a difference. If you don't have 3/4 cup, it's nothing to worry about, folks. You could use a cup also. You just have to do a little bit less than a cup. Okay, we're almost out of cocoa, folks, but I have another box of it. Okay. Let's cover this up because we don't want any action. We're going to sip the cocoa because the cocoa is very lumpy. You can see that. It's extremely lumpy. You want a nice smooth cake, folks. There we go. Look how smooth that's coming out. You don't want any lumps in there. And I just want to wash out my sifter because we don't want to have any cocoa residue stuck in here. Here we go. Whenever you use your sifter, make sure, folks, clean your sifter after you're done using it. The reason is you don't want to have anything stuck in here. You want it nice and clean because the next time I use it, you know, I might not need it for cocoa, but it might be something else. Now, the next thing I want to make sure is we get the cocoa out of these cups because I'm adding something else into it. Is I want to add in, I just have to make sure I see it right, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure it's right because if it's one little deviation, it will not come out. I can tell you that from many experiences. Now I got to find the 1/2 teaspoon. Gotta find it. Here it is. Now we're going to use the soda. It's the same thing. 1 1/2 teaspoons of soda. Baking soda is very good also. If you want to, you can always stick it in the refrigerator. It prevents odors. Okay. We're mixing the dry together. Mixing it nice and smooth. Then we're going to go to the wet in a minute. I'm going to everything mixed together. Okay. Now the dry. I mean the wet. Sorry, folks. 2 eggs. Throw this in. 2 eggs. Yeah, it's very rarely, folks, you get a winter wonderland when it snows. It's a rarity, but this year we definitely had one. 2 eggs. One cup of milk. Putting all this stuff together now that what's going in together. Here we go. I'm adding in 1/2 cup of oil. Make sure this is clean, yes. 1/2 cup of oil. I'm adding in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then we're going to grease the cake. We have parchment paper. In fact, today we ran out of it, but we do have some left over. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Just have to find that teaspoon again. Here it is. The peelers. Here we go. Use pure vanilla extract, it tastes a lot better. Okay, we're gonna close this nice and tight. I have to remember to grab that water because I have a habit of forgetting things. As I get older, you forget. Again, we thought we had the beater in tight enough, but it wasn't. It was dropped and we had to wash it. All right, we're now going to add the dry, very slowly. Look how smooth this batter is coming, folks. Now, but you need a little bit of water. Okay. Also, make sure you use parchment paper when you make a cake, because many times it doesn't come out, no matter what you do. All right, I'm adding in some water. I'm going to grease the cake pans. Now, if it looks too watery, folks, you need to stop.
Nova. Hi.
This is definitely watery enough. You don't want it any more watery than this, folks. You just pull out the plug. I don't want to take any chances at all on any accidents happening. Grab some towels and grab a wooden spoon, and we're going to mix it together, and then we're going to grease. Okay, here we go. Look how beautiful that is. You want the batter very smooth. You don't want it overly watered. It's almost soup. This is very loose, but this is how you want it, and not any looser than this. Now, the next thing I need to do is clean my countertop before Grandma Elizabeth yells at me from heaven. All right. Next thing is I'm going to add the butter into the cake pan, so we can have nice grease. So it's nice and greasy. Parchment paper is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful thing that was invented, folks, because I can get my cakes out very easily. All right, let's put this over here. With it. All right, now we're going to put the cake batter into the parchment paper, greased parchment paper. Make sure it's greased at all times. Try to keep it about the same amount for each cake loaf, because you want it to be even, but sometimes it's hard, I know that. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven. There we go. All right. Okay. We're going to pop this in the oven. Here we go. And we're going to bake this probably for a good 20-30 minutes. And then once it cools off, folks, then we'll be able to fill it with vanilla custard pudding filling and then frost it. I would say a good 20 minutes. All right, we're now filling it with vanilla custard. It's delicious. This is going to go into the center, and then at the top is going to be chocolate frosting. There we go. Let's make it really nice. It's a little bit more rounder because I like to cover the bread. Get over here. There we go. Okay. Now the next thing is we're going to do the top. We're going to frost it. We're going to try it using the knife. Let me just wash this off. Yeah, it's very rare you get a winter wonderland when you get a snowstorm. And this year we definitely had a beautiful one. Really a beautiful winter wonderland. We're not going to frost it. Now, if it's too delicate, I would rather use a knife for one simple reason. A spatula's a little too heavy. Now, we're going to frost the top of it. And often, even with parchment paper, if you're not careful, the cake will stick. It's very delicate. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to ruin the cake. And I spread out as very easily as I can, because it's a homemade cake, and anything homemade, folks, will break. I can tell you that. Doing it very smoothly. There we go. Very smoothly on the top. It's beautiful. Look how beautiful that's coming along, folks. Oh, I can't wait to have it later for my snack. Gonna go on. It's gonna. Oh, see, this part is very delicate, so I gotta be very careful to stay away from a certain section of the cake. I'm afraid to go over here. Okay, we're gonna stay away from that section. There's one part that's gonna break, and we don't want to go near that section. Okay, I think we're gonna leave the sides as they are. Okay, Emily, let me know when we should stop, like right now. And here we have a delicious, wonderful chocolate cake with vanilla custard filling on a winter wonderland day from Deborah Waite from Winter Wonderland's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel.